Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
All right, go to baseball. Yeah, I got questions, Mindy, basically on this game. And so, Mindy, we saw totals really rising here in this Cincinnati series, but now we're back down to 9. There are some 10s out there right now, certainly. But we saw, you know, uh, 10 and a half and 11. And now all of a sudden, it's not like you got Cy Young coming in here to pitch. It is a day game. So I'm sure that's the difference. The wind is blowing stiffly from left to right, like 15 miles an hour, apparently, in Cincinnati this afternoon. So the Cardinals will take on the Reds with Miles Mikolas going up against Luke Weaver here. I did see steam come in a little bit on the Reds, but the Cardinals are back up all of a sudden to $1.60 or so, 9.5 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of talked about the Cardinals here rebounding nicely over the last, couple weeks here. But then we run into, like you said, these starting pitchers here, right? I mean, Mikolas has had some decent outings, but basically, can't be relied upon here as of late. Each of these two pitchers here have squandered more than 4 runs. And all but I think one outing. You have Mikolas here with his 4.77 ERA. Luke Weaver at home, 7.88, gives up a 626 slugging percentage. I think this one gets over the total, so I'm kind of happy with how this has been brought down here a little bit. I think this one goes over today, Ramon.
Well, they went over so far, right, in this series, and I was wrong. I mean, I was wrong. We were wrong. I was like checking back with you yesterday. I said we're on the under, right, and
Yeah.
we were. And once the game started rolling, I was thinking, what am I doing? I mean, and here the steam has come in on the under, but maybe
Reds offense was pretty lights out yesterday.
well, maybe it's because it's a day game. I'm showing the wind rolling from left to right, 11 to 12 miles an hour. Temperatures today in the mid to high 60s. A great advantage for the Cardinals offensively against Weaver for sure. I'm giving Weaver a chance here. I don't know. I mean, but I'm going over. I got to go. I think this is a great. I love the over actually. I really like the over here.
You really like it, or just really like it?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we saw big time offense in the first two games. Okay, maybe it's a day game. Takia on the Cardinals here. Ziggy on the Cardinals in the over. Sports AI on the Cardinals. I don't see the. I don't know. I'm not too into the Cards today. Verley's here today. Bionic on the Cards. I mean, even Scotch is on the Cards run line. And the over. And the over with us. Fernando's on the over. Verley says he's going over again today. So Verley, did you set us? Were you in here yesterday yelling at us not to take the under? Cardinal. Everybody's on the Cardinal. I'm going to be totally contrarian in this one. I got to be honest with you. I know. Look, I've been touting the Cardinal comeback here a little bit. St. Louis run line. Sports AI looks like he deals in some numbers here and says 9.3. So I don't think that'd be strong enough to shade the under. But, well, maybe at a 10. I think if you can get 10, I think that's fine. I think that actually would be a lean to the under if that were my number. And Blake says over. Butterscotch says Mikolas is pitching better. FKD is here today. And Nathan Cerna here. So Mindy, we're on the over. If this one does not, I mean, there's no locks, there's no guarantees. We try to stress that ever on the show, but I'm just so mad about taking under in those first two games, and then now all of a sudden here come the sharps, and they're like, oh yeah, this is the under game, today, and I'm like, oh geez, just when I was like getting all excited at 9.5. and I start looking. I do my handicapping, then I go to bed and I handicap some more on the phone, so I can fall asleep. And then I'm like, uh, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to be all over the over. And then I wake up and I'm like, Steam came in on the under overnight. All right, we're on it though. 3 for 3, by the way, Mindy, on our
All right.
show so far. 3 plays, and I know we have some new viewers. So Mindy makes the handicap, makes her play, and then I just follow up, either agree or pivot to another play. So you get 2 plays out of it. That's the premise of the show. But when Mindy and I agree, that's a premium consensus. We do sell those picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. You're getting them for free right now. If you ever miss the show, you can subscribe to the picks so you never miss a pick between Mindy and I. All right, Mindy, the Blue Jays and the Rays. It's been a crazy series, a little bit.
Been. Yeah.
And yesterday we saw the Rays take care of business against the Blue Jays in an over, and here we have F1. I think it went over, didn't it? F1 minus $1.45, 8.5 over minus 115.
Well, I mean, we know Manoah has not been, great this season. He does have the 5.15 ERA, but his splits look a little bit better. So on the road, 3.33, only a 0.263 slugging percentage here versus this Rays team. So there is a little bit of that there. Also, I feel like Eflin has been pretty good, 2.4 here at home. He only gives up a 322 slugging percentage. I feel like the bullpens have been struggling, so I'm kind of hoping they kind of, get back in place here today. I'm going to go under the total 8.5 here in this one today.
All right, Mindy, going with the under in this one with Toronto and Tampa Bay. I mean, there's no doubt that these teams, are producing some overs for sure. We know that, but you mentioned maybe Manoah getting it under control a little bit, and Eflin has been pretty nice so far. Let's see here. We got plenty of action here in this one. Bionic is on the Rays. Takia is on the Rays as well. Blake Rays first 5, and here's more Rays action. It's all about the Rays here. Wow. No credit to the Jays at all. This is all. Here's an over in this one. I agree with Mindy. I want to go. I want to go under in this game. Never made it. I don't think it ever made it to 9, and it is juice to the over. I like that. Verley, Tampa Bay. Wow, you guys. Butterscotch, Tampa Bay. We probably should be on Tampa Bay. Mindy's already made her call on the under, and I agree with her. But boy, if we ever had a consensus, Mindy, yeah, Ziggy is the contrarian of the group today. He says Blue Jays run line though too, so takes the handicap. But Eflin not good versus Toronto, and Manoah better versus the Rays here. Londo, well, Sports AI does also like Toronto, but he needs the handicap as well, and it's not cheap at $1.55 or $1.60. So I'm on the under with you, Mindy. Look, these two teams have produced a lot of overs. There's no getting away from that. But I do think in this afternoon game, with some, I know we make fun of Manoah, but I think he'll be. He only has 1 win on the season. That and Eflin has been money. There's no doubt about that. And just to throw it out there, let's see. Tampa Bay 30-18 to the over this season. Both Tampa 17-10 to the over at home. Toronto 17-10 to the over on the road. But I like under with you, Mindy, in this matchup.
All right, let's do it. 4 for 4?
Yeah, but everyone loves Tampa Bay in this setting, and even the ones that picked Toronto said they need the handicap. Wow. It's not a Tampa Bay is up to $1.45. I mean, it is there's a tax. I would kind of wonder if we're not expecting some to sit. I don't think we've seen a lineup yet. Maybe we have. Let me check that because um, that's a 15-cent move. I get it. I mean, Tampa looked good last night. We don't have the lineup yet. All right. All right. Welcome to Politician for the People. We do have Curtis here to ask you a few questions, but appreciate you being here and Politician for the People. Blue Jays team total over. And Matt D will just take a Baconator or something here. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, let's move on here. We're going Marlins and the Rockies here in this one with Garrett and Freeland. Garrett, a road favorite here, $1.20, and the total is 11 under 15. Did we see yet another under yesterday in Colorado?
There's a chance.
No, we did not. It went over. I went on Tony's show and said, "Oh, all these unders," and it went way over. So,
well, it's one of those that I think Kyle Freeland has a handle on, pitching in the Rockies. So I'm going to go ahead here. I think Garrett's kind of more of the wild card in this one. 4.6 ERA. He does pitch better on the road, 2.52 on his split there. But I'm going to go with the Rockies today. It's one of those that the Marlins are 3-13 in their last 16 games in Colorado. Been struggling a little bit to get that offense rolling again. Right now, only scoring 3.96 runs of offense here per game. I'm going to go Rockies. I'm going to take them on the run line, though, minus about 140.
Matt D says 4 for 4. Make it 5 for 5. Look, Garrett, Mindy, you mentioned it. Okay, maybe the numbers aren't great. He definitely gets run support, which is amazing because Miami, you figure, doesn't offer any run support. But Garrett has been an absolute moneymaker so far, one of the best propositions that you could have for any pitcher so far is averaging, definitely a winning proposition when Garrett's been on the mound for Miami. Takia on the Rockies, Bionic on the Rockies, Ziggy under here in this one. Yeah, might try another under here, but not in the show. We're 5 for 5. Sports AI says take Colorado. I don't. That's not a bad price actually today at $1.50, minus $1.50 or so on that run line. But I think Mindy and we're taking them on the money line here, right, Mindy?
Run line.
Yeah, at plus $1.05 or so, I would think we could get.
No, run line. Minus,
plus, we are taking. You're on. You said run line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, I didn't think the price was awful, and so I'll do it. I was targeting the money line, but not. I think that's one where I always hold. Say once we say it, we can't change. But in this case, I think we're allowed. I didn't understand, so I will do it. I will take the run line here at minus $1.50 or so. So will Verley. Londo likes under as well. So
I do too. I have it more coming in like 8.2 runs is kind of how I see it. Yeah.
Sounds like we got a lock here.
Maybe.
That'd be an under for sure. And yeah, I still might be involved with the under. Kind of scared. All right, Mindy, those jokers, the Padres. Look, we had them yesterday. We didn't have very many wins, but we did have the Nationals, and they made the Padres look kind of silly. Fernando was out there making some errors, and the Nationals looked like the better team yesterday, of course, with Will, I mentioned in this series, Mindy, because they had the big trade, so you have some pod, but also yesterday's game, Trevor Williams, I didn't mention. I don't know if it's a big deal, but I mean he's from San Diego, and so I'm sure he had some motivation too. And he looked absolutely terrific pitching for the Nationals yesterday. Played for one of the best programs out in San Diego at Rancho Bernardo High. I remember how terrific. So, anyways, here with Snell. He's minus $1.75. He's been absolutely one of the worst pitchers you could back in all of baseball. If you were betting on him all year, you're probably already burned through your bankroll.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that his splits aren't very good. He has a .299 batting average against and 800 slugging percentage. I mean, his numbers aren't any better really in day games there either. So I kind of expect the Nationals to hit on these guys here today. And then you also have Irvin that he hasn't been good either. 8.49 ERA at home here this season. So I'm going to go over the total here. That's where I'm going to go in this one, Ramon.
We're 6 for 6. Mindy, this one's going to go so far over the total, I would think. Feels like to me today. The Padres are, Snell's going to get hit. It just feels like. Here's Ziggy on the Nationals today. So I like it over as well. I like the over here. Fernando thought he was making the errors in right field, but no.
Me?
I will say that, watch because I watch every Padre game in depth. Of course, that's my team. So Fernando is not a great right fielder yet. I mean, he's making up for his lack of experience with his athleticism. He will, not read the ball correctly and have to stick up his glove at the last minute. And yesterday he overruns the ball. Here's Takia on the under, AI betting on the under. Burley says, give me the Nats. Bionic says, give me the Nats. And Burley maybe will take a little on the over with us.
Ah, gotta sneeze again. Sorry.
Loves the Nationals today, and so do I. I gotta love these Nationals. And we can get them on the run line at pretty good price just in case. I might take them on the run line. The Padres are gross. Everybody knows I'm down on them. Solo on the over with us. We've gone 5 games. We have 5 consensus picks. And here's a Yurfie for Thomas today. And FKD says, never trust the Padres.
Never, ever?
Have you thought about looking into futuristic kennels, Mindy?
Have I thought about looking into
or you're more into modern day kennels?
Futuristic would probably be the way I would go over modern day kennels, but I have not looked into it.
Right. Well, I'm sure FKD has a website. All right. How much is shipping on that? All right, we're on 5 games so far. They can't make enough games for us. The White Sox and the Tigers, Mindy, with Giolito and Faedo. In this one, the Tigers are an underdog. I'm showing Giolito now $1.40 at some spots, and the total has shifted a little bit. When I typed this in this morning, it was 8 under 15, but now it's kind of moving towards the over. Even though the widely reported steam came in on the under, we're seeing this one move back up here to 8 over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the over here in this one, but for me, my play is going to be on the Tigers. I'm going to take them here on the run line, getting the run in a half. I think Faedo has done, a good enough job here. It's one of those, like, he has to not give up the long ball. That's the only thing that's kind of been hurting him here a little bit. But if I look at his K rate, 10.5 strikeouts here per 9 inning. So again, all he has to do, keep the ball down, not get anything up in the zone, not anything that the White Sox team can go ahead and tank out of the park. I think for me, I see the White Sox kind of maybe overperformed against, a lowly Guardians team that can't score any runs. So I like the Tigers here in this one. I also think they have the better bullpen, 3.73 ERA compared to that 5.19 for the Tigers. So I'm going to go ahead and I said that wrong, but for the White Sox. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Tigers here on the run line.
Yeah, cross my fingers. They've lost them all so far. It's only been 3 starts, but they have lost them all there so far. But Bionic was already ahead of us. I don't know if Bionic is saying Tigers
right now.
But
I love those cat jokes. It cracks me up. Right now.
Takia on the White Sox here. FKD will send you one, Mindy. How about that? That's awesome. And Mindy would probably talk about it as a real promo.
Right.
Butterscotch on the White Sox here. AI on the White Sox. A lot of White Sox. I'm with Mindy. I'm on the Tigers run line here. What's the price? $1.40. Yeah. What can I do? Giolito hasn't been, he's been a loser so far, right? I'm pretty sure. A lot of White Sox here. And Burley says that Tigers bullpen that you mentioned, Mindy. And, I don't think they've been overwhelming, but I think for the Tigers to have an ERA of a bullpen ERA under 4 at this point, I think that's pretty good. So a lot of White Sox here today, but we're going to veto, Mindy. We're going to go 6. What are we, 7 for 7? No, 6.
I would have to 1, 2,
We are.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 7.
Does everyone feel okay with this? Yesterday, let's get it, Mindy. Let's take the Tigers on the run line. I want them. I want them at home. I'll take the handicap. This is great. Isn't this great? All right. So isn't this great? That's what Damone told Rat to say to Stacy, I think, on their date. Just wherever you're at, just say, isn't this great? Fast time to Ridgemont High. Okay. Orioles and Yankees. The Orioles. Does anybody not want, come on, these Orioles are just awesome, man. Here they are on the road. They're an underdog again to the Yanks with Schmidt. Gibson so far has been okay. Let's see what Mindy has to say about this one. The Yankees are $1.30 and the total's 9.
Well, I want to go ahead and go over the total. I just think this Orioles team here, they've been lights out hitting the ball, but I'm not so sure this is going to be the pitching matchup we have all waited for. I mean, both of these guys have ERAs above 5. So I think there's going to be lots of hitting in this one. I'm going to go ahead and go over the total.
All right, yeah, these two teams have produced a few overs, but Mindy and I, we don't agree too often. So I'm gonna take the Orioles, of course. Here, we can't agree on every game. We could, but I like the man. I love the Orioles. They've been just terrific, haven't they, everyone? Let's see here.
Oh,
Bionic, yeah. Orioles. Takia will go on the over with you here. I was hoping to go under, but I was actually hoping that it would get to 9.5. I don't think there's any chance of that. Butterscotch will take the Yankees, going back with the Yankees here in this one. Blake says over as well. Hello to Michael Thompson, going over in this one. Ziggy. Orioles run line. I'm on them on the money line here. I think that's just $1.70, might be too high. AI says over. Leroy, Yankees, Solo, Orioles. And Verlio says he'll take the handicap even with the price. So Mindy on the over here. I'm on those Orioles. Poor Oriole, looking up at the Rays, but maybe not for long.
Right.
They're right on their heels. Anyways, back to the Phillies, Mindy. I'm sorry about that. Phillies with Nola and Braves with Dodd here. The chat's all fired away on it, so go ahead with this one.
We're already fired up on it, huh? Well, let's see here. I kind of like the Phillies today. It's one of those, they got a good victory versus the Diamondbacks yesterday, coming back there in their 10 runs in the, in the 10th, or I guess it's 6 runs in the 10th, something like that. Total score is what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try Nola over Dodd today. Dodd wasn't very impressive in his first outing. I do like the Braves, right? I think they're a great team. I feel like the Phillies have a little bit better bullpen right now as well. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this Phillies team here today.
Fernando's with you, and he wants to lay a run and a half at plus 150 or better. Ziggy's on the Phillies today with you, Mindy. Butterscotch. Well, they're seeing some comments there about that other game. No problem. You guys are on record. I'm not going to go back to that game a little bit. Mindy and I we've made our pick. I think we'll get a much better price on that now. With 9.5 under is juiced. So Sports AI, I think in this game likes the under here in this one. And the Takia on the Phillies. Bionic will go over, and I will side with Bionic in this one. I like over in Phillies and Braves tonight. Butterscotch says Philly and Bionic. Oh, yeah. I was right already. You were on that game. So Mindy on the Phillies, and I'm on the over tonight. Phillies and Braves, and a series opener, by the way. Most of these others, Mindy, are wrapping up, but this is
a newbie.
4-game, longer set here. All right, Mindy, welcome back. Kyle Hendricks, he didn't undergo surgery. It was a shoulder injury where, he could have underwent surgery apparently, but opted for, rehab. And it's been 10 months. I want to shout out to our new capper Joe if he's watching. He just followed me back on Twitter, so maybe he's just tuning in or doesn't know. I don't know if he is out there. Hello to Joe. Maybe he could come in the chat and say hi if he's there. But just saw that tweet little thing come across. So Hendricks, Mindy, hasn't pitched in 10 months. Well, hasn't pitched in a game in 10 months. He's definitely been through a little bit of a workout and rehab to get to this point. And just want to make sure this line, because it was a late change a little bit. The overnight was not Hendricks, but Hendricks is the starter here against Carlos Carrasco. A couple guys looking to get it back together. Cubs minus $1.15, 7.5, over minus 115 now.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a total over here today, Ramon. Didn't quite get that over yesterday. Settled right in there, right under that 6.5 there. But yeah, for me, it's one of those that with Hendricks, historically versus this Mets team, only has a 17.9% K rate. Also allows a 4.56 slugging. So it is one of those that he is a hittable guy. And then for the Mets with Carrasco, he has the 7 ERA here on the road, 8.68 overall. And then both Mets and the Cubs have ERA bullpens well over 4. So I'm going to go over the total today.
All right, I could buy it. Not sure, not sure. Look, the weather's, chilly, blowing in a little bit. So not sure I'm with you on that. Let's see what Butterscotch can give us on the weather maybe here. Fernando, he wants to know about, he's already ready for the soccer matches. Butterscotch has got a lock on it, huh? All right, I'm down. Give me the Cubs with Hendricks. Hendricks is back. And I know what you're saying about the numbers. And, it's, like I said, been a while since we've seen Hendricks, so hopefully it works out for him. Chiquilla on the Cubs, doubles on the over. Fernando on the Mets. I just can't do it. I just can't get involved with these Mets. So look, I thought it was a pretty good ball game yesterday, Mindy. That was one of our winners yesterday with the Cubs. AI says it'll take the Mets run line. What's that? Oh God, -$2. Bionic on the Cubbies. Scotch giving us a prop. Ziggy, Mets -$2 on that run line. I don't like that. I'm not saying I don't like your pick ever. Ziggy would never say that. I'm just saying don't like the price. You know that. Butterscotch has given us the reason why I'm not on board with Mindy here. I don't know if I can go under this number, but that's the way I'm looking. I was hoping it was 8. Is not. Thanks, you guys. Good update there. My computer just did its usual thing it does at 7:15 every day. So
Run updates.
didn't have the weather up there. All right. Mindy on the over. I'm on the Cubs. And let's see here. Next up. Okay, let me see. I think we have some information on this. I'm going to fill in the blank here on this play, on this next game, Mindy, because I did have no pitcher listed, but I think we're starting to see something here, and I'm interested. Or, well, I don't know if I'm interested, but I'm not even sure. I can't necessarily confirm it yet. I think everyone's seeing what I'm seeing, though, and I can't believe it. So, we just type in we type in the name here. I don't even think we have a line. Let me see. Yeah, we do have a line. Okay. 125 Giants and Brewers. 125 and 9 over 20. And oh boy. Okay, for the Giants, Alexander, and for the Braves, I can't believe it, Mindy. So here's why I was confused because I was sure that Julio Teheran was on the Padres in the minor leagues. Of course, he's been pitching for the Padres minor league affiliate so far this season. So I couldn't believe, but then I just started to look into it here, and apparently he has been signed by the Brewers, and he's maybe going to start today's game. So I don't know if it's listed anywhere on any of the books at this point, but I'm showing welcome back to 2015. Julio Teheran, oops, not Braves, the Brewers, of course. We know the Brewers are having some big time troubles right now with their starting pitching, and it sucks for them because I would think that it's pretty bad that they're going to take a pretty big hit in the standings here if they have to resort to something like this. Look, I love Julio Teheran and back in 2015, but right now I'm not so sure. So I don't know if you have anything on him or if you've planned for this game like this, Mindy, because they were undecided, and I'm showing several of the books still saying undecided, but I'm showing many sites also saying Teheran is signed and is expected to make this start.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see too much, on this. It was just kind of more or less for me. I'm going to go ahead and take the Giants. They've had more quality starts at pitching. That usually means that they're in the lead when we get to, 6th inning, that sort of thing here. I think the Giants have also played well in their, later games of the series as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Giants here on the money line today.
Okay, I'll do it too. I think this is a problem for the Brewers. Look, I hope Julio Teheran comes out there and does a great job. I was kind of thinking, I didn't think he would get called up by the Padres. I mean, he's down there in El Paso. He's on a minor league contract. I mean, anything could happen. The Padres have had some. Well, I mean, we're throwing Blake Snell today, so why wouldn't we throw Julio Teheran out there? But maybe Snell is better than Julio Teheran, and maybe Julio Teheran can find the fountain of youth. He's only 32 years old, so I'm going to take the Giants with you. This is a problem. Look, I know we got to learn more about Alexander, but For me, I think this is just a problem right now for the Brewers. Okay, AI, great to see you. I figured you were a professional sports bettor, and you just beat us the whole time. Appreciate you joining us here. I thought we saw you once before pop in, but no problem, Kong. Appreciate you very much watching every time. Rem Most chat legend in here. Thank you as always. Curtis says make it a lock because of what we're talking about, I think, here. A butterscotch on San Francisco and Bionic says, I don't know. I'll take the Giants. You guys are saying that right now. I think that's where we're at with this.
Yeah, right. Like not a lot of info, just going off of what we have seen in the past.
Well, like I said, I'm kind of basing it on the fact that the Brewers, obviously, this pitching situation is a bit dire. Let's just let's just call it for what it's worth. So I think Alexander actually did. I don't think that's such a small sample, so I'm not going to go crazy at this point, but maybe a pretty decent matchup here. We'll just see. We'll take the Giants though, and take them in this one. Mindy and I, we're back together on a play. How about it? All right. Mindy, when I see these prices with the Athletics, and I'm guilty of taking probably too many A's run lines trying to get Q, but when you are off to one of the three worst starts since, I don't know, I think in 1906 or something, right? Through whatever they said, whatever it is, right? Through 50 plus games, only three teams have ever been under a 200 winning something like that. So these lines actually are not. Taking the Athletics is just a huge mistake at this point, and I'll admit to it, because really, if you think about a team playing 200 baseball, you're the expert on that. Shouldn't every team be like minus $4 or $5 in every game? Well, with 375.
I'm not the expert on setting the lines. I mean, I have to just try to.
I'm just equating it to 200 baseball. What would the line be for if you could only win 20% of your games? What would the line on the favorite?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that it's not as high as it was yesterday, right? I mean, if we're taking a look at that, I believe
that's my point. That's how I ended up, I think, in this making this conversation like I am.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, because right now the Mariners are what, 250. Yesterday they were close to 300, I think, right at 300, something like that.
So it should be 400, I would think. Every game, yeah. 400 is a base price
versus the A's.
Versus an average pitcher, really, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gilbert. I think Gilbert again. I think he's gonna, fare pretty well. Kind of has dominated the A's here in the past, but it's one of those that it's the A's bullpen, right? They're sitting here 6.57 ERA. It's been 5.85 just over the last week, so it's really gone downhill here in the last couple series for them. I know it's one of those that the A's, I have to have them get to, between 2 or 3 runs. I think they can do that. They've been kind of averaging right around there. So then that means I think the Mariners can win by 2, right? So I'm looking at a 5-3 game, which puts me over the total. That's how I'm going to go ahead and look at this one today. Going over.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm down. It's not my strongest feeling, but is it 7.5 at least? That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of 8s in the models here, I think. So my lean was definitely over here. I'm not too sure about see if the Sharps have done anything in this. Check my super secret Sharp action report.
Secret.
Yeah. See Bionic on the Mariners run line, Ziggy on the Mariners run line. I heard Mindy say, 5-3, so I don't know if that's a comfortable margin for her, but I'll go with you and take the over here and figure the A's can get a few as well. And let's take it at 7.5, but I don't know. I don't feel like like I said, I do sports math, but I just don't feel like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to what a fair line would be for a team that's winning 20% of their games. I mean, to me, it feels like 400, and we always laugh, right, when we see $4. But that's when we're talking about a team that even in the worst case scenarios, like at the end of the season, right? Maybe when we start to see those uh, ridiculous numbers, at least usually it's like a 100-win team against a 70-win team, and that 70-win team certainly, that's not 200 winning percentage. That's usually 365, whatever it is. Um, so Kong says be contrary, and I've been too contrarian with Oakland. It's just not working out. I mean, so no problem there, Kong. I get it. I mean, I've been on Oakland plenty, and I've had a couple of wins, I guess. Like I said, I feel like I've zigged when I'm zagged, and Takia's ready. Let's go to the WNBA, Mindy. We're on the over in the Athletics and the Mariners. We got 2 games tonight in the W.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.